Hi everybody, I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb.
And we're the Streeters.
Welcome to the ARTyRV live stream tonight. We'll be answering your questions about stained glass. We're so excited to be here, and we have a full house.
It's awesome, Barb, and it's Monday night.
Yeah, how you feeling tonight, Ed?
I'm feeling pretty good, Barb, and thanks for asking. I hope you're feeling well.
I'm feeling good. I'm excited about the week, and had a great weekend. I got to plant some flowers, and
that time.
They're all in the house because they're telling me we got a few more weeks of frost.
Yeah, tonight, Barb, is supposed to be 29 degrees, so that's...
So,
we're not going to put them out quite yet, but...
Yeah, so we had a little bit of a time off and got rejuvenated, and we're ready to go.
We're ready to go. And
started painting the new studio, and we're excited about that.
Oh, yeah, that was our update, right?
Yeah, the color's going to be beautiful. The walls are like a dark navy, and we got a fireplace in there, and it is what color? It's kind of like a charcoal blue.
It's like
charcoal blue.
Yeah, it's a charcoal blue, which is really pretty because it's dark and has a little bit of a blue to it. So
So the lighting is arriving, the curtains are arriving, the sound.
Yeah, so I guess we're a little bit
curtains.
We're a little bit ahead of schedule, maybe.
Yeah, we'll be ahead of schedule. We'll be in I think April. I think we'll be in April.
Well, we couldn't get started technically, other than ordering things until our granddaughter came down and visited with us. So because we were wanting to
company.
We got company, but we also have a lot of stuff in that bedroom now. So
getting it out of there and getting ready to start back up.
So Ray, thank you so much, man, for chiming in already this evening. I see you're throwing some videos up there for people and answering some questions with videos, which is awesome. Thank you. And while we got a full house, everybody, let's go ahead and give Ray a big thumbs up. You don't know how much Ray does for us, and we appreciate everything. Thank you,
Ray.
What's going on? That's for you, Ray.
That's for you, Ray. We really appreciate you, and we thank you so much. We couldn't do this without you, Ray. So,
I guess we should start answering some questions, huh, Barb?
I think we should. I think everyone here knows who we are, and that we're here every Monday night at 7 o'clock. I think everybody knows
Eastern time,
and that the rerun of the show is always there, 24 hours a day. So if you miss it,
or if you have something that you need to go back and double check, a fun fact or something, who knows?
Yeah. So in a week or so, everything will be in chapters, so you can kind of skim through and see what you need. And usually in the title, I'll change the title to what the demo is about. So if you're looking for a certain demo, those are usually around 7:45. We do the demo, so you can kind of skim through and see the demos.
Right, but it's always nice if you go ahead and watch the whole video.
Watch the whole thing, yeah. We want you to watch the whole thing.
It's always nice if you do that for us, too.
You can find what you need, and there's a lot of tips in the live stream that you don't want to miss.
Yeah, there are. Everybody, we got sounds okay out there tonight? Everybody's good on sound? Just wanted to make sure because we didn't see the microphone bouncing just a little while ago before we got started. So
okay, so we'll start with a question from Cynthia.
Let's go, Barb.
Okay, Cynthia wants to know, and Ray has attached a video for you, Cynthia, that you can watch about lead cane and puttying and finishing your
and the brushes, okay,
and what the brushes, yeah.
Okay, if I'll take just a moment and I'll show you my application brush. It's ergonomically designed for my old self. And
available at the Dollar Tree?
Available at Big Lots or Dollar Tree or Dollar General, whatever you have in your area. And then this, y'all, is my puttying brush. Look at that bad boy. You think it's been around for a while? I think so. I love this thing. I use the ends. I use the two ends to polish. And I use the center to move it around. So anyway, those are the two brushes that Ed likes to use. As far as the application, putting it on the lead, you need something that you can work with and that really feels good in your hand going in a circular motion, because that's how you need to put that putty into your grooves and also move it around and move it to the next piece of cane that you're filling up.
Hand me that brush. And this is available at the hardware store, and it's called an acid brush?
An acid brush, yeah.
Okay, and so I don't know what the application is. Acid, maybe?
I don't know, but you see, it's really a scrub brush for tires.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Okay, I see now.
Yeah, because if you go to your local car wash, the guy standing out there that you usually tip the guy that does your wheels for you. He's got that in a bucket on a pole. So, but yeah, so it's an acid brush. Run you about $5 at the hardware store, and that's really all you need, along with your $1 ergonomically designed. This is actually a bottle brush. So anyway, use the brushes that feel comfortable in your hand, but that acid brush, I think, is imperative for polishing.
So and something that won't be affected by what you're using.
Well, the lacquer thinner. So this is like a polyester type thing. You're not going to hurt it with lacquer thinner, and you're not going to hurt the acid brush bristles with the lacquer thinner either. So.
Okay, thank you, Ed.
You're welcome, Barb. Thank you.
Okay, Helen wants to know. Let's see. Was it Helen at 638, right?
And
Or that was Julie.
Julie. Okay.
Do you have any tips on bending lead cane into deep bends on semicircles?
Yeah. So hey, Julie, what I like to do, and I didn't see the question until we sat down tonight and got ready to go live, but so what I try to do is, number one, you need more lead than you think you do, is what I've found, and the other thing is bend it. Kind of like bend it and push it in as you go into that semicircle, because you almost need to like fold it in. But you have to keep in mind that, remember, when you're putting that lead in, it's also going to shrink up the face of the opening. And if you have to get a piece in there, sometimes you may need to widen that a little bit and then recap the glass. But the other thing is, and Barbara and I were talking about this too, is that sometimes it's easier just to use a much smaller profile lead and like go from 1/4 inch lead down to maybe 3/16, so that you can get that bend in there the way you want. I know that 1/4 inch lead is really hard to do around jewels and nuggets and things like that, but 3/16 seems to just find its way around those openings and it makes it look nice too. So, do you have any suggestions for Barb?
No, I think the low profile will help.
I think changing the profile. Yeah.
More lead than you need, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ed. That was a good question, Julie.
Yeah, and in lead cane, you always need more lead than you think you do anyway. So.
Okay, Lo Ka wants to know, when I patina a piece, it never seems really black, even if I really scrub with steel wool before. Am I forgetting a step?
Yeah, you might, and Lorraine will probably pop a video up for us too. Here's the thing. So your black patina is designed to oxidize tin. And if you need to be using 60-40 solder on your copper foil project,
yeah,
then it needs to be cleaned thoroughly with, you don't even need to worry about the steel wool yet. And when you're done soldering, you need to take it and wash it with warm soapy water and baking soda. Now the baking soda neutralizes the flux, and it will only get as dark one time. It's not going to continue to keep getting darker every time you put patina on it. But if you use the 60-40 solder and you use the baking soda and warm soapy water to clean it, and Barbara has the video coming up. You can also watch the decorative soldering video as well about that. And so, but it's imperative 60-40 solder and baking soda to clean it, and let it dry overnight. And Barbara we were talking about this again. Let it dry overnight.
Let it dry overnight. You know how you always get in a hurry. Of course,
yeah.
You want
because I always say if you can't finish it, don't start it. So yeah.
Let that piece, make sure that piece is completely dry, because if it has any water in it, it's going to water down your patina, and it's not going to let the patina do the job. Right. So, clean it well with, like Ed said, baking soda and everything. Dry it off, and just put paper towels on it, and let it dry overnight.
Yeah, because you
Or
are
use a
going
little hair
to
dryer,
be
get it completely dry.
completely amazed at the baking soda cleanliness of your new window, and then when you patina that bad boy, it's on.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Next, we're going over it. I'm excited. I got a whole little section on cleaning it.
Right,
all
and
that
we're talking
stuff.
about, hey, we're talking about cleaning a lot of things tonight in Glass Chat.
Oh yeah,
So
we're
don't
we're
go
cleaning
away.
tonight. We're cleaning tonight.
We're cleaning
it's spring.
tonight.
It's spring clean
It's
night.
spring. That's right.
Okay, next question.
What'd you say that was? 648.
No, that one was at 6:47. We have one at 6:48, and that was from Helen. How can I incorporate a piece of flat stone into a box lid? It's a little bit thicker than the glass. Can I overlap the copper?
Actually, you can. So if you're going to use like I'm not sure what you're using, but let's just say you're going to use a geode. And it really should only be used in the box lid, but you cut your lid, put your geode down. Now, once you lay your box lid down and your geode in it, yeah, the geode, your rock's going to stick up a little bit, but what a great idea if you'll copper foil it, clean it correctly, and then come back, and that little area that's sticking up higher than the rest of your box lid, and I'm sure it's probably looks really good, but take the time and maybe even decorative solder around that lip, all the way around that geode on the top. Maybe something such as the pearl design or
something that looks like pebbles or stone or something like
pebbles.
that. Something.
So anyway, but yeah,
rustic.
it's possible, and you don't have to worry about it. You just make sure that when you lay it down, one side of the lid is going to be flush, and the other side is going to have something that is sticking up in it. Kind of, I guess you would. So it's kind of like that, I guess, So it's kind of sticking up a little bit. So decorative solder.
That little ridge.
That little ridge all the way around that box lid, and wow, that'll change your work dramatically.
That'll be all you need.
Yeah.
And a lot of you are probably at the point where you're saying, what can I do to make my pieces a little bit different without adding a lot of pieces? You don't need to add a lot of pieces. You might just need to add a little bit of decorative soldering, a little bit of overlay, a little bit of wire overlay.
Yeah.
Just a little bit to add that.
Just different things.
Something that makes you stand out.
The wire overlays will change your work dramatically, along with the decorative soldering, of course, because now it gives you a three-dimensional look onto your work.
Yes, it does. Okay. Now I'm trying to make sure I go through all the questions. I see one there. I see one right there at 7:03. Is there another one
That's
before
it,
that?
I think.
Okay.
648 would have been. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to help Barbara find it.
Have you ever gotten a larger gap? Okay. Did you give up? Okay. Question. I'm working on a flat. Okay. No, I got a lot of questions here, y'all. I'm trying to take them as we come. Okay. I'm going to go with this one.
And which one is that?
Alexandra.
Okay, Alexander.
At 6:59.
All right.
I am working on a flat optical illusion piece. What tips can you give for grinding a piece perfectly straight? These pieces are cut without a strip cutter. I don't have one of those. You can't.
You can't. And I'm not being a smarty. It's physically impossible without a straight edge attached to your grinder. And if you definitely don't have a straight edge to cut a straight edge, to actually grind a straight edge, it's always going to be a little bit wavy.
You need this.
This is what you need right here.
This is all you need. You don't need a strip cutter. You just need that.
You need this right here, and
we just did a short on that.
We just did a short on how to use your square and learning how to use the tools that are available to you in your tool arsenal. So this is the square. You don't need a strip cutter. Strip cutters are great, but if you're trying to cut straight lines without a square, even if you had a strip cutter, it wouldn't help you. So you need to use a square.
Because as your glass comes into your studio,
It's not square
it's
anyway.
not square anyway. So you're going to want to make sure that you're starting out on a square piece of glass if you're going to be cutting strips of a certain size. Then when they're cut, you don't. If you're doing copper foil, you don't need to grind it down. You just need to go bzzz through the grinder.
So there's your close-up right there.
It's
Right.
not ground off.
So if I were to take and try and cut a straight line with this, how would that work? It wouldn't work, would it?
I don't know. Would it? Try it.
Well, I need some sort of a pattern to give myself a straight line, but I'm pretty sure I can't do it.
No.
Let me use this as a straight line.
But that's not the... The question is, can you grind that flat? That's the question. That's not going to be straight.
And that's not going to be straight. And then when you go to, I'm sorry. So, and then when you go to, well, it's not straight anyway. You can see that. Put that right there. See it? And then if you go to grind it without the little grinder apparatus thing on your attached to your grinder, and the only one that I know that has the straight edge is the grinder by Technoglass, and that has a straight edge attached that is removable but attaches to the grid on the grinder surface and will allow you to grind straight edges and keep them straight once you cut them straight.
My advice would be to buy a glass square that has this ridge at the bottom that helps you cut the glass square in the size that you need for your project.
So this is the 12-inch square here. And then what does it go to next? Is 16 or 18? Yeah. 16 or 18 is the next size, and then 24. So anyway, yeah, get a straight edge for your tool arsenal. They're less than $10.
Yeah. And you'll love it. Once you start using it, you'll say, why did I ever even... You don't even... I mean, if you grind it, you just need to take the sharp off. That's it. You're not trying to get your straight line. You're just trying to get the sharp off.
And probably, if I say this correctly, the straighter you try to make the line, the more crooked it becomes. Right?
I don't know.
I think that's how it works.
Probably.
Yeah, because you're trying to get this and you end up with that. So, yeah. We've been there and done. We've all been there and done that, huh?
So much fun. Yes.
Yeah.
Learning is fun. Okay, I hope that helps, Alexandra. Let us know. And send in that project to Viewer Showcase. We'd love to see it. Okay, question. David wants to know, I was always taught to tin each piece before tacking.
Well, David, you don't have to do that because what you want to do is if you're putting your piece together, then you want to put your piece together and then just tack solder everything together. All that tinning is just wasting solder that you don't need to be using, and it's taken a tremendous amount of time to do that.
The only time you would need to do that is if you're making a box.
Oh yeah, the box has to be tinned.
Or you're making sculptural pieces. A lot of times you'll have to tin the whole piece.
Yeah,
and then tack solder it.
Because you might want to, you'll see that right there.
So there are exceptions, but for a flat panel, it's not necessary.
It's not necessary. It takes a lot of time to do that. And that's a great question though, David, because I'm sure that there are a lot of people that were taught that way, and it has its applications, but not at all times. Wow, Ray. Look at all those thumbs up, my friend. Woo, Daddy.
if you had $1 for everyone. Okay. Were the sites I sent about flat shipping rates helpful? I have no idea. I don't think I got anything like that, hon.
Yeah, I don't know, Marianne. I don't. Barbara didn't say anything to me, so she must not have seen it.
I haven't seen it yet, so I'll look for it. Ray, can you please provide a link to the Franciscan art glass? I still can't find them. Okay, first one. Let's see. looks like my dishwashing brush. Yes, Ray, that is like your dishwashing brush.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
They're like $1 a piece, and we just buy 5 of them and hang them in the room. So.
Okay, Michael wants to know. Okay, Derek is here. Hi, Derek.
Hey.
From across
the
pond.
ocean. Nice to see you, my friend.
Good to see you. Hope all is well. Michael wants to know what's behind the name of ARTyRV. I have wondered when watching. Yeah.
Well,
a long time ago.
Go ahead, Barbara. Tell the story. You can.
Right before the COVID, right before the shutdown, we decided that we were going to start traveling a little bit, doing some shows, and start visiting galleries where we wanted to sell our blown glass. So our aunt and uncle had a RV they've had for many, many years.
Since it was new, yeah.
Since it was brand new, and offered it to us at a very, very good price, and we bought it. But things didn't work out. We still use the RV to, go to certain places that we need to spend the night for jobs. And we use it for photography trips when we're critiquing,
and we travel
getting ready
to
for
art
a job.
shows.
And we do travel to art shows, but not as much as we had anticipated.
Yeah.
So when we had no intention of starting a channel at that point.
Right.
But when the COVID came, we said, we'll start a channel. And
we named the RV Arty.
and we named our. So anyway, we had different plans for the channel, and the channel kind of morphed into what it is now. We had more of a travel type art channel planned, and things didn't work out that way. So
no, but like the first bin outside the door, when you pop that open, there's a stained glass shop in there.
Yeah, so we do stained glass there.
It's right there, right in that first bin. The whole stained glass shop is right there.
Yeah.
So we can, we can travel. Just take it if we just need like a little break and a breather. But even though we go camping, we can also shoot videos and discuss about different tools and different things, and be able to still, do what we do, but enjoy it.
We have a whole setup in there. We can put all of our camera equipment in one spot, and all our charging station and everything for travel. And so we can just get everything together. And the stained glass.
And it just kind of comes together.
Out in the outside storage.
Yeah, so it's really nice. Pop it open. There's a stained glass shop. Go in, pop the doors open. There's all the camera equipment, and we're shooting video in about a half hour or so.
We hope to use the RV more to travel and see people, but right now we're so busy in the shop, which we never anticipated to be this busy, but we are, and so we're here.
Yeah.
And we're here.
And we're here.
We're happy to be here.
Right. So, but I mean, we still have to maintain the RV. We just put new tires on it, where the oil has to be changed, and everything still keeps going, whether it just sits there and looks good or we drive it around. So.
We do outdoor events in the RV, usually in the winter.
Well, and our tent for doing outdoor events is the RV is self-contained for us doing shows, and also you have to be able to camp, because that's why we stay in it, so that we don't have the expense and of a hotel. But we also have Miss Mary, and she is very comfortable. It's the biggest doghouse she's ever had, and she's really comfortable in it.
Yeah, Dixie was as well.
Yeah, Dixie was really comfortable in it as well. So.
Anita wants to know if you can make homemade patina.
I don't know anything about chemicals. Matter of fact, I probably flunked science. No, I didn't. But I don't know anything about chemicals. The patina, you can look on it. It's
the product.
Copper sulfate crystals, I believe, is what black patina is.
I think you can make your own,
but why?
It's so cheap.
Yeah, because the amount of product you have to buy to make a little bit will cost you a lot. So you might as well, you might as well just.
Erin says she's been having heat cracks in her glass during the soldering stage. Any advice? What I do to prevent? I use a rheostat, and I'm usually working at 725 degrees. It's too hot.
That's way too hot, huh? Wow.
Turn it down.
Turn it down. And don't spend so much time trying to make it it sounds like you're painting it. Sounds like you're spending a lot of time trying to make it look right. Ray, let's pop up a video and we're going to talk.
You're going to work him to death.
Well, no, it's all right. We'll get it. Ray understands. He's the good.
What? A soldering
No,
video?
the soldering video. Y'all, the soldering video that we have out there will teach you how to solder correctly. Mm-hmm. But it will also eliminate breaking pieces. If you're cracking glass while you're soldering, two things. You're working way too hot and spending way too much time. That 700 and some degrees, solder melts at 462. You should not use 700 degrees. If you have a 700 degree tip, what you need to do is turn your rheostat down to about 6.5 and start working at about 550 or 575 and see if your work changes. Also, learn the touch and go method of soldering that we provide to you in our soldering video. And once you understand the touch and go, then you can go back and you can run a bead like a professional.
Okay. I'm not sure.
Woo, 700 degrees. Holy moly.
725 degrees. Okay, MB wants to know, have you completely stopped showing the chat scrolling in your feed? We're casting it to the TV and using the Chromebook for chat, but Frank can't see it. I don't know if the chat shows up on TV.
It doesn't show up on the TV.
I think chat's just like a mobile thing,
yeah.
But I can check that out. Oh, I do have an answer. Last week there was a question about members' videos, and I went back and checked. And you're right. The members' videos aren't saving the way I thought they were supposed to save. So I went back in, and from now on, there will be a separate members' video without commercials. So that will come out first, of course, for you guys. And you'll be able to keep it on your bookshelf because it won't have commercials. You won't have to go through all that. But the one that goes live, probably the next day or after. I'm not sure how long after, but it will have commercials. But you guys that are members, you'll be able to keep that. From now on, that will be yours as long as you're a member.
Okay.
I'm not sure what I did wrong, but I fixed it.
She fixed it. She fixed it.
Okay.
So, let's see.
All right. Pauline says, how many decorating videos have you made that I have missed? One shows fell back on everything. One has the shows been on one. I'm not sure. There's one decorative soldering. Is that what you're asking me? Decorative soldering?
Yes.
The next one's coming out this week.
Right. So Barbara's been filming for about 5 days now on the decorative soldering video.
Trying to finish
but it's not like you just throw it together. You can't just do that. Okay. It's no, you can't just throw it together.
It's all right, honey.
I know. I'm just taking up for you because you're really working hard on it.
You don't have to take up for me.
Okay,
I'm a slacker. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Okay. Michelle Evans wants to know, what kind of torch would you recommend for a beginner?
A torch for like a bead torch. Mm-hmm. I would get the what do they call that? The fire kit. Fireworks is a whole kit of learning how to do beads. It comes with a torch head. You use MAP gas, which is the yellow bottle, and comes with some mandrels, some glass, some bead release. It's basically a whole kit produced by Fireworks, and I think you can still order that. If you want to get started in beading and. So that's a simple way to do it without, oxygen tanks, without investing a lot of money. And if you decide that you'd like to invest more in different torches and stuff like that, give us a call.
Michelle wanted to know, if we're teaching a class with the torch, do we have to turn on the kiln to anneal everyone's beads at the same time? Yes. We do. Uh-huh. So you just turn the kiln on, let it sit at whatever, 900 degrees, I think is how we do the kiln with beads. Just let it sit, and as you finish the bead, you just put it in the kiln.
You just set them in there.
Or you put it in a place that keeps it warm, and at the end of the day, you put it in the kiln.
Yeah, and a lot of people that do bead work like that, that put it in the kiln all at one time later on is they'll actually store their hot beads in vermiculite, and that allows them not to cool too fast, and then you can always put them back in the kiln and
Or a
take them back
blanket.
up. Or a fiber blanket.
Or fiber blanket, yeah. Okay. And there was another bead question. I just saw, what kind of torch? I saw that. Oh, something about stringers and noodles. Can you glue them or fuse them?
You can do anything you want to.
You can do either one.
Yeah, you can do anything that you want to.
That
So if you're gonna glue things to it, you use a toothpick and you use Elmer's white school glue, just a little dot. Set it on there, let it dry. The Elmer school glue will burn away at about 1100 degrees. So.
Oh, can you use a torch to glue them onto the piece of glass instead of a kiln? Yes.
Well, yeah, I guess
you can take a torch, you can heat it up. The only thing is your glass needs to be warm. It needs to be on a warm.
The bigger piece, right?
The bigger piece needs to be warm. So that's a whole trick
right
there.
If you can get that right, it's a lot of fun.
But you can do it.
But noodles and stringers, they don't take any heat at all, right?
Yeah, it's just boom, boom, boom. But they're going to melt a lot quicker than that little piece of glass you're trying to stick it to.
Yeah, because when you try to stick a stringer to this, you got to get this hot too, and when you do, this is going to crack.
Yeah.
Unless you take this up. Remember, everything that you work with needs to be at 1,000 degrees.
So that would be a little bit tricky, so good luck. I don't know if it'll work. In my mind, it doesn't sound like it would be easy, but you have to get that glass so hot. I don't know if you could get it hot enough to put the stringer to it. Yeah, on a warming tray. Would it be warm enough to put a stringer to it?
You could. I don't know. You could always. Yeah, I don't know. Like this would fit on the Pastorelli.
Ah, that's what you need.
And so we could put it on the Pastorelli.
But that would be hard to heat up on a Pastorelli.
That sounds like a good sandwich, don't it? A Pastorelli.
Wouldn't that be hard to heat up on a Pastorelli, being all that much glass, all one piece? You'd have to strip it out, wouldn't you?
Yeah, slowly.
It'd take forever. Okay.
Yeah, it'd take a little while.
If you were dedicated, you could do it.
Yeah, if you were dedicated, because to do a roll-up, they'll do a piece of glass about this size, except twice or three times that thick. And then they'll roll it up. So, anyway. So there's so many things, y'all. There are so many different temperatures of glass that I think everybody should at least fool with most of them.
Cat St. Jane, yes, you can make your own. Not worth it. Not worth the effort.
On the patina.
Yeah,
for the patina is like, I don't know, $9.59 retail or something, $9.49, and that just I don't see how you can make it any cheaper.
Les Cole was asking, in a wind catcher, have you ever in the corner used a Carter? It says Carter pin for
cotter pin.
Cotter pin for a spinner.
Well, you could do that, and what I have used in the past is a swivel snap, Wes, for fishing. The swivel snap keeps everything from getting all twisted up in the ocean during the currents. So if you use a swivel snap, that bad boy will spin too. So try that. But yeah, you can use a cotter pin.
Yeah, and Jules was saying she agrees with the soldering iron being too hot and staying on the piece will cause the glass to crack. So move away and come back. Yeah, anytime you're soldering and it starts to get messy, just stop.
Yeah.
And let it cool. And go on to the other.
And set your soldering iron now. Get up, walk around, open the door, go outside.
Shake it off.
Shake it off a little bit, and then come on back in and have some fun.
So, let it cool off and go back when it cools off. And it'll be so much better. Because when it's hot, you're not going to be able to do anything.
No, because it doesn't matter. You're trying to work on something that's hot with something that's hot, and you're destroying the other side, too. So,
Jennifer, you're welcome. It's coming. I'm almost done, I promise. Okay.
It really looks good though, Jennifer. I can tell you that.
It's going to be a little bit longer than the other one, and then I'll try to get as much in there as I can. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, Michelle Evans. The COE glass with a noodle or stringer and glued with a torch. It doesn't matter whether it's COE or any kind of glass. It's still going to be the difference.
Still has to be hot.
The difference in your glass you hit it with a torch, it's going to crack. It doesn't matter. Jewelry torch, same way, Michelle. Mm-hmm. Maybe worse.
Yeah, so the larger piece of glass that you want to stick your stringers and noodles to has to be 1,000 degrees. And then you can stick your stringers and noodles to it, because then you can melt the noodles right to it because it's above 1,000 degrees and you can do anything that you want to it. Once that glass reaches below 1,000 degrees, you better heat it back up again or be done with it. So it's really, and y'all, you can use, it doesn't matter if you find a very beautiful piece of compatible glass or fusible glass that you want to use in your window. It doesn't matter if it says it's fusible or not. Use it. Only thing it's telling you that it's fusible for is so that you can fuse it to something else if you choose to do that. But a lot of people use fusible glasses just in their windows because they are so pretty. So think about that. Let's not, you don't have to not enjoy a beautiful piece of glass just because it's fusible.
Okay, I'm trying to look up Franciscan art glass for someone. And I don't have time to find it.
We'll look it up and have it for you next week, guys.
I think
How about that?
Put the link.
Did Ray find it? Yeah. There's a Franciscan glass, and they're a commercial glass company.
And then there's a Franciscan art glass.
And they're an art glass company.
Franciscan art glass. Whoever needed me to say that, that's what it is. I lost the message, went all the way down. I think it was it Jules?
I don't know. Jules.
Anyway. There's the answer. Okay. Do you guys have any more questions? Hey, Barbara, the show's been on for a while, but there is Miss Mary. We haven't heard a peep out of her. I know. She's sleeping, y'all.
She's sound asleep.
I'm going to get... Let's see. I'll put the...
Hang on.
Hang on a second. We'll get her.
She's right here. I can't even put my feet under the table. There she is. Oh, there's a baby girl, everybody.
She doesn't like the attention, but we'll see how long
she doesn't really.
She knows the camera is.
It's so
on
weird.
her.
Yeah, she doesn't do cameras.
She feels that the camera's right there, but there she is, y'all.
There's the girl.
And she's sweet.
Oh, isn't she pretty? She's so tired. You know what she did is she listened to Mommy and Daddy tonight, and she ate her supper before we came to work.
Anita, Miss Mary does have a channel, but it doesn't have a whole lot on. But it does have when we first brought her home. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, when she was a houndini, which meant she liked to escape quite often.
Yeah, I had thought about it. It'd be cute to have a channel, but it was a lot of work, so we started featuring her on this channel. And
I think she likes it better. Yeah, she's a big hit. She really does. So.
She's a big hit.
So we've given everybody an update on the studio, on the media project, right?
Uh-huh.
And we have... we're going to talk about tonight.
What are you thinking?
In Glass Chat. Well, we're going to talk about something. And,
first, let's talk about this.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what we're talking about. You see this?
This is what y'all need.
This is
in our Amazon store, or you can buy it wherever.
You can buy it wherever you can buy it.
Stained glass products.
It's not right wherever you buy stained glass products. But I'm going to tell you what right now. This is in each one of our studios. This classroom and my stained glass studio. It's because when the phone rings, I'm working lead. When the phone rings, y'all, I just grab this. Oh, and it smells so good. But before I answer that phone, I'm going to take this, and this removes the lead from your hands. Those of you that still smoke, or eat while you're trying to build a lead window, use these first if you do.
Don't smoke while you're
building. But don't smoke while you're building a lead window. Ooh. The other thing is, y'all, so you've got this, and this gets you from the studio to the bathroom. And now, once you get to the bathroom, this is in both the bathrooms here.
This will keep lead from all over
this is
light switches.
Yeah. So this cleans lead and other metals off of your skin. Okay, so this is and it smells, I think,
Let me smell.
it smells like just a hand soap is what it smells like to me. Kind of smells
got a
like
good smell.
Yeah, it's got a nice smell to it. So we have that in the bathroom. So you use the hand wipes. This is all to prevent you from forgetting that you've been working with lead. I don't know how you can do that, but the other thing is, this is what Ed's clothes, get washed in right here. My work clothes.
This is good if you wear a respirator at work while you're working. You can wash your respirators in this.
You can wash your pads in it. So
yeah. So this is a very good product.
So these 3 products we keep here in the studio. We're not trying to sell them to you, force them down your throat, whatever. We're not doing that. That's not what Ed and Barb are about. What we're doing, though, is sharing something with you that will help you live a lot longer and enjoy your studio much more.
And also, please,
I got a lead test 3 weeks ago, y'all.
Please have your lead levels
checked
every year. Because it's real important.
It's really important.
Because when it starts getting high, as it starts raising, it's not going to go down if you don't take care of it. It's just going to build up in your body. So get your lead level checked so you have a base lead level that the doctor can keep track of your.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that on the 18th when I go to the doctor.
Yeah, he gets to find out
what we're doing.
Okay.
So anyway, just get it. Take it. It doesn't cost anymore when you're getting your A1C checked or you're doing your fasting in the morning for the doctor. Just say, hey, can you do me a heavy metal check on my blood, please? Not Guns N' Roses heavy metal, but heavy metal in my blood, please.
Yeah, that would be a good background music for a video on that, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, MB Volker, do they come in fragrance free? I don't know, but that would be a good question for the manufacturer, which is Iskatech. So I don't know.
We can call them tomorrow when I get done.
Yeah, that would be a good thing to know. You don't want to be making matters worse. Okay. We need buttons. Oh, thank you, Rochelle.
Oh, Rochelle, hey.
It's good
Where
to
have you
see
been?
Thank
Good to have you
so
back.
Much. Yes, we missed you. We
Yeah.
noticed you've been away.
I hope you're okay. Everything's well.
I'm trying to get our little thing going back there. Here
There
we
you
go.
You got it now. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you, Rochelle. And
so that goes towards the new curtains that we have coming in for the new studio.
yeah, I had to order some more. I didn't order enough. Okay. So no, just regular soap isn't good enough to get everything, all the lead off of your body. A good shower, soap, yeah, but day to day, going to the bathroom, washing your hands will make a big difference.
And if you do mainly copper foil, like Carol, that's a good question because a lot of y'all do mainly copper foil. But the other thing is, hey, the solder that you're handling in your hand still has lead in it, okay? And you're moving it around, you're undoing the roll and everything. But yeah, please, it's probably not as abundant when you're doing copper foil as it is when you're doing lead work. But it used to be that you would have to eat a 50-pound box of lead to get lead poisoning, and but not anymore. So, and if you haven't had a lead test in a while, just like I said, go ahead and get it. It's not that expensive, and it doesn't hurt. So. Okay,
I'm not sure why there's an epic fail. I don't know what that means, but anyway. Yeah, Ella, just regular soap, like for, when you get in the shower. But this is good for your hands. This is what we're worried about is your hands and maybe the dust on your clothes. So.
Yeah, so.
Thank you, Rochelle. We really appreciate that. Again, I want to say thank you. Les, have you ever put a spray cap on your patina bottle?
No, I have not.
I wouldn't.
I don't think I would because, that's like, airborne then.
It's toxic. Read the bottle. So I don't think that there is a reason why you would want to put. I think that would be using more than you need, number one. Spraying it where you don't need it on your panel.
Right. Well, the best
and
thing,
then putting it into the air.
and I think the best thing to put patina on your window with is Q-tips anyway.
Yeah.
So that's just me.
We had that question come up, and I guess somebody's been doing it, and online.
For some reason, I remember hearing something about it last week.
And I would advise against it.
Yeah, I would too.
I'm glad we're here sometimes.
Yeah, I would.
I hope people understand that there's some things it sounds in theory, yeah, we'll do it real quick, but it's kind of wasteful and could contaminate your people that are breathing. Okay. I have always scrubbed with finger brush so to get under fingernails. I call it the surgeon scrub.
There you go.
Yes, definitely.
You betcha.
Rochelle says, thanks for all the shows. I been trying to get back to work in my studio. Good deal, Rochelle.
Yeah, that's good. I'm happy for you to get back in your studio.
Glad everything's okay, Rochelle. Oh, don't beat yourself up. I'm telling you, it's hard. Life goes on. Life gets in the way. Life continues.
Yeah, it does.
Sometimes we have to step back.
Yeah.
Okay. I had to go to, Ray said he had to go to chelation therapy to get the high levels of lead out of his body. So listen, Ray
does
through it.
copper foil.
Ray's been through it.
Yeah, Ray's been through it. So thank you, Ray, for sharing that with us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the disposable wipes. That's what we're recommending for you to keep at your table.
At your
so
work
that when
surface,
you answer the phone or whatever, you leave your desk.
Yeah, even if you have to get up and touch the pitcher in the refrigerator to get a glass of water, this should be your first line of defense for touching that pitcher. And second should be the hand soap. And then go touch. Because you got to remember, there's people there's people all around us. It's not just us. There are people here, so we have to keep an eye out for everybody else because it's not just about us.
Okay, we're done boring you guys about what you should be doing in your studio.
Well, I hope not. Hey, we got any more questions for us?
Let's see. Was your lead from stained glass? Asking Ray, was your lead from stained glass? I guess Ray will answer that. Highest lead risk is renovation of old windows. Yes, yeah. Watch out for that. Watch out for that. Extremely dusty. Not only the paint from the window itself, but the lead and
don't do it. Yeah, it's deteriorated. So I always vacuum and then brush with a vacuum on, and I wear a respirator for that stuff because it is nasty. Okay,
and Ray had been soldering electronic circuit boards for years, and that's very much like stained glass.
And see, Ray I guess you were using a rosin, what they call a resin core or a rosin core solder for electronics. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, Ray, we're glad that you're okay now, buddy.
What about wearing gloves? Shasray wants to know.
I would think wearing for the thing about lead is that sometimes that those edges on the lead where they extrude it are sharp. So I don't know if you have a heavier duty rubber glove or latex glove, you might want to try that. So.
Okay, so soldering windows, same thing. You just need to be careful. You need to have good ventilation, get your lead levels checked, and good ventilation is key as well as all the safety rules. You can use gloves for certain things. I use gloves when I'm washing.
When you're patinaing, chemicaling, washing.
Yeah, patina. Things like that. It's really hard to solder with gloves.
It's really hard with gloves. It's really hard to cut glass with gloves on. But, there's people that do that, and that's fine. There's nothing, again, everybody does it a little differently. It's just like glass. All glasses are beautiful. It's just that some glasses are more beautiful than the others. That's all. So you have to look at it like that, I think. So. I love my glass. Glass.
So what are we looking at?
I don't know. We were talking about the de-lead stuff.
Oh, okay.
For the
Okay.
Because we want you guys to stay safe.
Yes, we want you to stay safe. Smoke extractor. Yes.
Yeah, fume extractor is a good thing.
Fume extractor on the Amazon page.
Mm-hmm.
On under tools or gadgets, it's there. Okay, everybody. I think it's time for a demo. Right?
Oh, yeah, sure. What are we cutting tonight?
What are we cutting tonight, guys?
Oh, we got a moon here.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know what you want to cut. What do you want to cut?
I don't know. Let's try.
So
This is a pretty color glass. And I'll use my trusty silver snips. And here we go.
Okay, one question for Les. I put my patina in the cap, and if I have any left over in the cap, I throw it away.
Yes.
Yeah. You
It's
only
better.
need a little tiny bit anyway.
Yeah, and it's better that way anyway, Les, because then you don't contaminate the patina that's in the jar. So
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
good deal. Thank you.
Okay.
That's awesome.
All right.
All right, so we're just going to cut this out. And, we all have the thing about getting our points out. So I'm not sure. We'll see. But this is just and remember, when you're cutting your pattern, you just stay right up against the black line that you have traced. Just like that, once we get it started. Okay, so you see I just turned my jaw. Just like that. And
What's that score? Oh, there's another score on that. Somehow. Oh, I see what you did. I'm sorry.
Barbara's trying to help me cut it out.
I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Okay, so now we're going to come in here because this is a little area where his nose is.
Nice.
Okay. So remember, like I always say, if you took the time to draw the point, take the time to cut it.
Okay.
And that just left us a really goofy looking Easter egg.
Yeah, we have a make and take coming up.
Oh yeah, that's right. We do. We have a make and take.
We'll do Easter eggs, yeah. Okay.
So let's just talk a little bit about this square. I think it's because our person that said, she did say that she had a square. She just nobody had ever explained to her how to use it.
Ah.
So y'all, you may have tools in your tool arsenal that you're not sure how to use, and if you don't know how to use them, hey, ask the question on how to use them, or send us a picture so that we can see what it is. If you're not sure how to use it, I'm sure that we can help you, or we can find somebody in our glass community that can help you.
That's right.
Right?
Right. DW has asked about cutting zinc.
Okay,
How
well,
to cut zinc cane without a saw. Well, you need a...
you need a hacksaw for sure.
don't have a
You need
regular saw.
something. Yeah, you need something that has teeth on it. So you either need a hacksaw, and you definitely don't want to use any kind of a miter saw, because that zinc is so flimsy, it will rip it right out of your hand and take your fingers when it comes with it. So let's not do that. Use a hacksaw. The other thing, you can use a file, but you're not going to be able to cut it with like lead nippers or anything like that.
So what kind of saw would you use if you were going to... You use like a bench?
I would just use a hacksaw.
Hacksaw. Okay.
A hacksaw. And you can go down to the hardware store and get a hacksaw, or just get a hacksaw blade for $1.99 and insert the hacksaw blade into a dowel, a piece of wood. If that's what if you don't have it, then improvise and see if you can't, make it make something work for you.
Jules said that they worked at a studio where renovations were mostly done, and they submerged the panel in water to eliminate lead dust. Nice.
It's not going to hurt it.
Yeah, and so they spray with water as they disassemble an old panel. Very
Sure,
good.
that's how
yes.
I do it, yeah.
Yeah, that's the way we do it here. Yeah. Keep that dust down.
Yeah. So I like to take the old window, if I'm restoring the whole thing, is I take a razor knife and I cut the top out of the lead on the side that's facing up. And then I push the glass through from the bottom. And when I'm completed, after I've removed the glass, cleaned it, and put it over on another pile, I have a skeleton of what that old window used to look like, so that I can run my lead lines exactly like the original artist did.
Yeah, that's very important.
I think it's imperative that you do that. Mm-hmm. Lead lines in your window are, if they're not run correctly, even the way that you drew the window, it doesn't always look like it's supposed to.
Okay, Robert says he uses a little miter saw from Harbor Freight to cut
There you go.
lead and zinc. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all you need. I have a little miter, not a miter saw. I have a table saw that has a 4-inch blade on it. It's a cane saw, is what they call it. I don't even know if they're still available to be purchased or not. But
Harbor Freight, that's where he got his. Yeah.
So, and if it is, then I need to go get one, because mine is just like. Mine is an antique. It's been around for a long time. Actually,
does it work?
You know what? Probably, yeah. Yeah, probably. But my dad kept it bolted to his table for, I don't know, 15 years.
We don't use a lot of zinc.
We don't use a lot of zinc, no.
Very rarely.
But also, I have like 12 different saws around the shop. So, but to me, the little zinc or cane saw, if you found one of those at Harbor Freight, that's awesome. And that's exactly what it's used for. Just that small saw that's not going to rip your fingers off and will do that delicate work that you need.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
That's what I said. Okay, any more questions?
Hey, I am Alan. Guess what? It's almost May.
So much May. A lot of big things happening in May.
May.
Excited about May. Okay. Any more questions? Thank you guys for being here tonight. Okay. Robert said he bought it. They're only $40. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. There you go. And a 2-inch
go.
blade. Wow, that's cool. The other thing if you have a hand grinder and a disc grinder, be really careful with those though, because one of those little blades came apart on my son-in-law and it wrecked his thumb up. And so make sure you're careful with the with that. Yeah. So
okay. Les wants to know if you can cut a hole in glass. We got a video on that too. If you go to our videos and then
that's why we have 700.
click on videos, and then there's a little magnifying glass search bar that you can search hole in glass. And it'll take you. There's 2 shorts and a long one.
Yeah.
Doing a hole in glass.
Yeah. So, I'll write that down. We can drill a hole next week if y'all want.
During the live stream?
Yeah. It's kind of, you know what? Really, drilling during the live stream isn't what we need to be doing, because I'm just sitting here thinking about it.
I think you need to ask the director if you can do that.
I don't think I can. I don't think
I'm
I
not
can.
set up for those kind of things.
I don't think we have time. We're not going to have time for this.
We'll see. Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Hey, today I made I didn't make the gang. It's that we all got so busy around the house working on. We're priming all the paintings getting done in the new studio. So anyway, we're priming. So we basically forgot to eat until about 3 o'clock. We were like starving Marvin, so we ate a sandwich, and now I got to take this crew and we're gonna go get something to eat because I know they're hungry. Or I am.
hungry. That's the way he gets stuff to eat. And he probably wants something like Chinese or something crazy.
That's too late for that. It's too heavy. Yeah,
okay.
It's too heavy. But anyway, so guys, y'all, thanks for the questions tonight. And Ray, thank you for putting up that video on drilling a hole.
He put up a ton of videos.
You've been working really hard tonight, buddy.
I know.
And we thank you. And we thank you very much. And y'all see Barbara's white apron? It says ARTyRV on it.
Yeah, I found it.
She was looking for it.
I was looking for it.
Right,
hey Ed, can
hungry.
you cut some ripple glass? Something hardcore. Been eating too many treats.
Who, me or
Pauline?
Hey, Pauline, I resemble that remark.
I love the show. Great info. Okay, guys, we got to go.
We're gonna go get a bite to eat.
Thank you so much. We're gonna go get a bite to eat, and
remember, Monday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, live. Join us, please. I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb.
And we're the Streeters.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate y'all, and we'll see you next week.